What's up, guys? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there on a Friday night and you're heading into a great weekend. This is a story I did not like. I saw this first perusing around, I think on Heat vs. Haters, so it was that Nikola Jovic is now likely going to miss the Olympics. And this is from Meridian Sports. They were the ones, courtesy of Google Translate. There's one thing for sure in here that really freaks me out about this whole story, because originally, I believe the story was that Nikola Jovic, we all saw the footage and the photos that he showed up. He was in a boot, and everybody kind of said, it's precautionary, no big deal. But he was on a scooter. And the whole thing that was thrown around there, I believe, was that it was an ankle sprain. He was going to be reevaluated in a couple weeks. Should be good for the Olympics. No bigs. Okay. So now this story comes out. And again, there's a couple things that I got to be careful with here, because I am using Google Translate. I do not speak Serbian. Although, for any of our Serbian audience, because I know we do have a lot of people who watch the channel who like the Jovic coverage. If you guys can help out in the comments or even reach out to me on Instagram and let me know if I'm screwing something up, I would appreciate it, actually. I welcome the info. But there's a couple of things in here that freak me out about it. Mostly is the status of the ankle, because the way Google translates it, and I don't know if this is lost in translation or if this is legit, is they're describing the ankle injury as an ankle fracture. And that I'm not too pleased about, because obviously it's a very important part for a basketball player. It's very tricky. So let me just give you what it says here from Meridian. It said, Nikola Jovic, I am again translating this Serbian to English on Google Translate, so bear with me. Nikola Jovic shocked the Serbian basketball public when he got off the plane to come from Florida with an orthopedic boot on his leg. Miami's young wing center, suffered an ankle injury during an off-season during one of the last training sessions in America. At first, the boot seemed like it was just a precautionary sign. Jovic arrived at the preparations for the Serbian national team and told the media at the gathering that everything will be known after the control video, and he hopes to return soon. But he pointed out, and this is a quote translated over, I'm not 100% sure that I will play if it's still bad after the control shot. I won't be able to make it back in time. It's stronger than me. I'm saying, maybe it's out of my hands. I'm not really sure. As Meridian Sport learns, the situation is not favorable for the young ace of the Serbia winner of the silver medal team last year. There was allegedly, this is the part that freaks me out. It says there was allegedly a fracture of the ankle joint, and it is certain that Jovic will miss the biggest sports competition on the planet. So they are reporting that he has a fracture of the ankle joint, and that he is going to miss the Olympics. Otherwise, even if Nikola recovers from the injury in time, Miami wonders an NBA insurance in the case of an injury player is huge. That injury potentially costs several $100,000. The risk is too great. Plus, the question is, how much is Eric Spoelstra and the Heat going to want Jovic to go to the Olympics and jeopardize the start of the season? He did not travel with the team for the games in France and Abu Dhabi against Australia and America. I think July 28th. I think that's the date of the first game. So, yeah, that's those are a couple of things that was the report that came out from Meridian Sports. But yeah, a couple things that really stay with you, that freak you out. That whole translate over to fracture, I'm hoping that is just a lost in translation or not quite clean translation, that it is just an ankle sprain and there's not actual bone crack anywhere in the ankle, because that seems like it would be a lot worse. But like, look, man, I don't mean to get on the heat about this, but the first reports that were hit, he's going to be reevaluated a couple of weeks, no big deal. Dude, I don't know how many of these vague things that always get out there, and all of a sudden we find out, nope, it's something a little bit worse. And there's part of me that's like, now you have an international report coming out of here, which is not necessarily, in the window of where the Heat can go do their whole, he's progressing, he'll be fine. And I'm not suggesting that Nikola Jovic is going to miss the season. Obviously, if he's not healthy, I'm very bummed that he can't play in the Olympics because I was very much looking forward to seeing him versus Bam, seeing that matchup. Bam, when he had him on interviewed him a couple weeks ago, he was saying he was looking forward to that matchup. He was looking forward to seeing what Jovic could do. I was looking forward to seeing him and Joker play together. And it's unfortunate because now this is not a once every summer thing, although Serbia, plays in some more tournaments like Euros and World Cups, and so he'll have some other time to represent his country. But yeah, this is a once every 4 years thing. So I'm just bummed for the young man. And I was looking forward to watching him play basketball. But obviously, you cannot push him through anything. If this is not, the boot is not precautionary like we were first told it was going to be, and that it actually is something that he needs to heal from. And I gotta say, like, they said ankle sprain, right? And then they were like, all right, he's in an ankle sprain. He's on an ankle sprain and he's on a scooter, right? Like, that was weird to anybody watching, right? Like, it was just one of these things where you see guys, they'll do the precautionary thing where they're going to, if they have an ankle sprain, but the scooter, I'm trying to remember if Tyler dealt with that, because Tyler had a really bad ankle sprain, right, last year, where it took him out for a good chunk of the season. But they made it seem like, we were just keeping it rested. We were just kind of, taking it easy. He's a basketball player. But, dude, I saw him at those, like, welcoming ceremonies on the scooter, and I was like, all right, that doesn't make me feel great. That's kind of a worrying situation. And now I'm seeing things like, fracture. It scares the holy hell out of me, dude. And I got to be honest with you, like, it's tough not to feel like the anvil is hanging over the Heat yet again because of what last year was, with all of the injuries and everything that handled. Like, if I could just now put him in a hyperbaric chamber with whatever, could pump into the bone to heal these things, and just so he's good to go, because I just can't believe we're here now. We got another injury situation that the Heat has. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming Jovic. Injuries happen, and I'm not, one of these kooks out there that's blaming the training staff. But man, this is just it's impossible not to feel like this is such a snake bit situation where it's like, finally, what do we get the news this week? Terry Rozier, his neck is cleared, he's good to play. And not a mother bleeping 2 days later do I get Serbian media reporting me that Jovic's ankle is so bad that he can't play in the Olympics. Maybe there's a fracture instead of a sprain. I'm freaking out here. I just want to make sure my little Nico is good to go, man. Sucks. So, yeah, really bummed out about that. Just, I'm disappointed because obviously wanted to see him on the big stage, wanted to see him in the big international stage. But obviously you got to prioritize and say, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, rules, parameters. Is he still holding out hope to play in the Olympics? But I honestly wonder, like, how much do the Heat want to get everybody, want to get him back to South Florida? And then I don't really know what the setup is right now because, a lot of guys are in Vegas right now. So I don't know where the base is of everybody, but certainly it's one of those things where, yeah, you're still what is it? End of camp's like the end of September. I mean, we're still talking plenty of time. I don't think it's a panic situation yet. Like he could actually miss the start of the season, but you definitely can't risk it. Like you can't, even if he's feeling fantastic. I know he's 21 years old, but he's a big guy. He plays with a tempo. He likes to get up and down the court. I think the thing that's probably just disappointing for him is, Serbia is probably one of those outskirt teams that thought, yeah, we got Joker back. We're going to maybe do something, especially with our young power forward next to Joker. Probably one of those teams that could actually go with America blow for blow. I didn't see what ended up happening today versus France. I feel like Joker, I think I saw that like he gave him the business today. Serbia won the friendly 79-67. Joker had 20 points, 12 rebounds. So there you go. They got it today. But damn, dude. Man, like Jovic, dude. And not like I normally say where it's like Jovic, dude. Now it's Jovic, dude. Just get a run of can we get a run of people stop getting hurt, please? Please, basketball gods.